Hi, friend. Are you plant-based curious and have come to explore plant-based eating to improve your health, but wonder what it's like? All the plant-based meals you see on Instagram, Facebook, and elsewhere on social media look crazy complicated, immaculate, super fancy, and just plain unachievable. Maybe you're thinking, if that's what plant-based eating is like, it definitely doesn't seem doable for me. Because you're either a newbie in the kitchen or already busy running around dealing with work, the home, and taking care of others. Well, don't walk away just yet. I want to show you that plant-based eating can actually be simple and doable, and it doesn't need to be complicated or super fancy. How? I'll show you. In this episode, we'll take a look at what one day on a plant-based diet looks like, so you can get a better idea of what eating plant-based is actually like. My hope is that you'll walk away seeing how doable and achievable plant-based eating can be. So get ready to listen in. Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk. And let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. First, I want to share an absolutely amazing 5-star review I received. It was actually submitted in mid-August, barely a month into this podcast launching, but I only saw it a few weeks afterwards. And when I read it, it left me absolutely speechless and brought tears to my eyes. And you'll see why. Here's what it said. Amazing podcast. Anna's plant-based diet podcast has been a true game changer for me. As someone who is searching for a healthier and more compassionate way of living, stumbling upon Anna's podcast was like finding a hidden gem. From the very first episode, Anna's genuine passion for plant-based living shines through. Her soothing voice and relatable anecdotes create an inviting atmosphere that makes you feel like you're having a conversation with a close friend. It's not just about the food. Anna beautifully weaves together the threads of health, wellness, and compassion. I have to mention how Anna's podcast has personally impacted my life. Dealing with health issues, I was seeking guidance and support, and Anna's insights have been a beacon of light. Her practical tips on transitioning to a plant-based diet, grocery shopping, and even handling social situations has been incredibly valuable. One of the most remarkable aspects of this podcast is how Anna brings the plant-based lifestyle to life. Her creative recipe ideas and stories of individuals who have transformed their health and lives through plant-based eating are truly inspiring. It's not just a podcast, it's a source of motivation and a reminder that every choice we make can have a positive impact on our well-being and the world around us. Anna, if you're reading this, please know that your dedication and the love you pour into each episode do not go unnoticed. You've created a community of like-minded individuals who are on a journey of growth and self-discovery. Thank you for being a guiding light on this path toward better health and greater compassion. To anyone considering tuning in, I wholeheartedly recommend Anna's Plant-Based Diet podcast. Whether you're a seasoned plant-based eater or just starting to explore this lifestyle, you'll find a wealth of knowledge, inspiration, and a supportive community waiting for you. Thank you, Anna, for sharing your wisdom and helping us all bloom into our best selves. It was signed Patty via Apple Podcasts from the Philippines and submitted in mid-August. Patty, if you're listening to this podcast episode right now, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to listen to my podcast and writing this heartfelt review. Your sincerity and heartfelt words have really touched me and brought tears to my eyes. I'm absolutely amazed and humbled by the fact that this podcast is having such an impact and so encouraged to know that it has been able to touch lives and help others around the world in so many different countries. Thank you, Patty, for letting me know this through your review. And please, if you're listening to this now, please send me an email at healthnow@plantnourish.com as I would love to connect with you personally and thank you directly. And listener friend, if this podcast has also benefited you in your health journey, would you take a moment to let me know? I would love to hear about it too. Please go to Apple Podcasts or iTunes to leave me a rating and written review. It'll only take 30 seconds to a minute of your time, but will help this podcast reach so many more who need support on their plant-based diet journeys. If you have an Apple device, find the Apple Podcast app icon. It's a purple square with white circles. Open it, then search for plant-based eating made easy. Then, once there, scroll all the way down past the 5-star symbols and click on Write a Review. Then leave a star rating, write your review, and click the Send or Submit button. That's it. You can pause me right now to do it. Thank you for taking a moment to do so. Now let's get into today's topic. So what is eating plant-based really like? Where or how do you start, and how do you put meals together? I remember one new member of my free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success Facebook group community posting this comment in the past. She said, "For a beginner like me, I would like to have a list of what you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What goes with what? I would like to compare your list with mine. Thank you so much for your help." I'm sure there are others in this listening audience who are also wondering the same thing, and that's why I decided to do a podcast episode on this topic. Let's demystify things today and have a look at what a day eating a full plant-based diet can be like. Well, first of all, I want you to know this. The plant-based world is vast, so there are so many options a person can have for each meal in a day. The possibilities are really endless. That's why what I'm giving you now is just a teeny tiny snapshot or point in time of what one day can look like. But if you don't like these options, don't immediately think plant-based eating is not for you, because there are really a ton of other ways you can build your meals for the day. Just keep listening to this podcast for other meal ideas to explore and try along the way. So what does one day on a full plant-based diet look like? Let's start with breakfast. One option to start off your day could be a nourishing bowl of hot oatmeal with toppings like some fresh chopped fruit and a sprinkle of roasted pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. Another idea is to make and take a green smoothie with you if you need to rush out the house or sit down to some lentil pancakes. Or if you're more of a savory person instead, you can enjoy some scrambled tofu in a breakfast burrito or a savory chickpea crepe with veggies. But there are many, many more ideas for breakfast. It's one of my favorite meals of the day because there are so many ways you can enjoy this meal, even if you're eating plant-based. Now on to lunch. For a plant-based eater on a whole food plant-based diet, lunch can be very simple yet satisfying and filling. For example, this might look like a full-size salad with beans or green lentils, an assortment of colorful veggies, and even some cooked whole grains like barley or quinoa and mixed with an oil-free salad dressing. Or it could be a satisfying lentil soup paired with a chickpea salad sandwich. So what about dinner? For many, this is the biggest headache of the day, even when on a regular diet. So what could this look like? Well, actually, the meal ideas I mentioned previously for lunch can absolutely also work for dinner. There are actually no hard and fast rules in plant-based eating. It can really be what you feel like having or what the temperature is, like the heat and hot days we've had this summer, and whether you feel like cooking. But dinner might be a delicious bean chili with a cooked whole grain like brown rice, or having a lentil tomato pasta sauce enjoyed with some legume-based pasta or 100% whole wheat pasta. You could even just enjoy a burrito or taco night using whole wheat tortillas, brown rice, black beans, fajita veggies, corn, lettuce, and tomatoes. So that's it, a sample day of what being on a full plant-based diet can be like. We looked at what someone eating plant-based could have for each of the 3 main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But remember, this is only a drop in the bucket of what plant-based meals can be like. There are really endless varieties and possibilities. That's what makes eating plant-based super fun and exciting. It's really about finding healthier, whole food plant-based alternatives to what you're currently eating. So you can still enjoy what you're eating, nourish your body, yet eat the best way for health. Now here's an action step you can take. Do a little test drive of plant-based eating this week by picking one of these meal ideas and trying it out for one meal in the week. Then come to the free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success Facebook group community to share about your experience. Hi, friend. Are you ready to change your lifestyle and start plant-based eating but feel lost and clueless? You spend hours searching the internet on plant-based diets, and it still seems like you're wading through foreign, unknown territory deep in the woods. You're wanting a clear, straightforward path to get you to the top of the mountains, success in a plant-based diet, so you can see the health changes you long for. You're wondering, just where or how do I start? And what do I eat now and how? And wish someone would just tell you straight up what to do. Well, that's what I aim to do with the Plant Power Life Transformation course. This 6-module online course comes packed with a ton of meal ideas and nutrient-packed whole food plant-based recipes, way more than what I've given you today in this episode. You'll also enjoy lots of money-saving, plant-based budget tips such as produce stretching hacks and strategies to help you eat plant-powered with confidence for life, as well as kitchen prep hacks to flavor plant-based foods and cook in less time. Through this online course, I'll also show you how to put meals together and how to stay consistent with plant-based eating through life's challenging moments, such as when you're stressed, tired, or sick, or have to eat out in social situations. Go to plantnourish.com/PPLT course to see how you can save time, energy, and money while enjoying the easy way to transition to a plant-powered lifestyle. If you have questions about this course, feel free to contact me using the contact options in the show notes, and I'll answer your questions as best as I can. Thank you so much for listening. If this podcast has inspired, encouraged, or helped you in some way to transform your health, I would love to hear about it. Please take 30 seconds to rate and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts to let me know. It will encourage me so much to hear how this podcast has positively impacted and made a difference in your journey towards wellness. And share about this podcast with a friend or loved one so we can all thrive in the best health. Remember, plant-based eating can be easy and doable. See you in the next episode, my friend.